It's time to break down some regions. Let's take a look at the East. KP, we got a lot of drama in this region. What stands out to you?
I mean, we're looking at UConn, the defending national champions. They're the #1 overall seed, looking to defend their title, become back-to-back champions. And they are going to have to go through a gauntlet of teams if they have any hope at the Final Four. They're going to have to go through SEC champions Auburn and Big Ten champs Illinois, who are playing some of their best basketball. So I think they got a tough draw.
And that seems kind of awkward to me, right? Because they're supposed to be the top overall seed. Danny, when you're the top overall seed, you're supposed to get the best draw.
You're supposed to be playing close to home. They are in Brooklyn, but you're supposed to have the easier route. And I don't think they have the easy route here. They probably have the toughest bracket in this tournament. I like Illinois and Auburn a lot. With Janai Broom, I like what he brings to the table. Lefty, crafty, can bring Donovan Clingan out the paint a little bit. So I think they could upset them possibly. We don't know, but they should be the team there. But I don't think they're going to be back-to-back national champions. I see them losing to one of these teams in this bracket.
You mentioned Illinois, Auburn. Well, KP, I know you've been hot on Auburn throughout the course of this. They're playing really good basketball right now.
They are the best they've played all season, and they've got a ton of talent. And the last time that they made a run to the Final Four was in 2019 when they were also SEC champs. And these two teams are very similar. I think Bruce Pearl is getting the best out of them. They're healthy, they're athletic, they can spread the floor, and they're really fun to watch.
They're hot right now, too. Danny, take me back to when you were playing. Like, how important is it to sort of be hot at the right time? How much weight do you give that?
I mean, unbelievable. Confidence is everything in this. Obviously, you have to get a little bit of luck. You have to be healthy. But there's teams that are not good or not as good as other teams. If they come in confidently, can make noise or bust your bracket and get to the Final Four. There was times where we played against George Mason. They got to the final. Cinderella stories happen all the time. So I could see a team like Auburn being that Cinderella story, and that's why I do have them in my Final Four.
Yeah, I think in this conversation, too, Iowa State's got a little bit of beef, right? Because the committee's not allowed to put the top overall seed and the top #2 seed in the same bracket. So that tells you they didn't even have Iowa State, who a lot of people thought might get a 1 at one point. They didn't even have them as the top #2. If I'm Iowa State, now granted, I'm looking forward to the possibility of Connecticut, Iowa State styles makes fights, got a dynamic offense against a defense that can throttle down and make basketball ugly. But I don't know, if I'm Iowa State, I don't necessarily love this draw, Danny.
No, I mean, I love it as a fan, but for them, I'm sure they feel disrespected. Just extra motivation. Life's not fair. But this would be the motivation they need to, I guess, prove their point to people that they can upset a team like Connecticut or they face Illinois or Auburn or one of these teams. They can show who they really are.
All right, you've said Auburn or Illinois. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. Time to get some Final Four picks in. Who do you have?
I got Auburn. I like Illinois a lot. Terrence Shannon Jr. He's a hooper, but Auburn, I think, has the pieces all around, players and talent and team group to do this and get it done and upset a team like UConn.
All right, you're all in on Auburn. KP, what do you think?
I got to go with UConn. They are by far the best team in college basketball. You got a healthy Donovan Clingan, who's been dealing with injuries all season long, and a ton of outside shooting with Cam Spencer and Tristan Newton.
There aren't a lot of teams, in my mind, in the tournament that can come in and say, hey, how do we need to beat this team today? How can we vary what we do? Connecticut's one of those. So I'm with you. I'm taking UConn. So the two of us in on the defending national champions, Danny, the guy that knows the most, certainly Auburn. This will lead to some trash talking. This will lead to some talk. Be sure to get in on the action with Yahoo's Bracket Madness game for both the men's and the women's tournaments. You could win $25,000 in our best bracket contest. It's free to play, so head to yahoo.com/tourney to sign up.